Hi, welcome to latest live video. We're going to be quite short and snappy today, and we're going to be spending about 10 minutes speaking about, as you can see on the screen, improving your people and your business. And I'm absolutely delighted to say I'm joined by Crispin. So Crispin, do you want to quickly just kind of introduce yourself, and then we'll kind of take the discussion from there?
Sure, thanks. I'm absolutely delighted to be here as well. It's great. I've not been part of the Northern Affinity very long, but I think I need like 2 or 3 weeks or something. But it's a fantastic experience so far, and also, like I said, absolutely delighted to be here. So I'm Crispin. I'm the CEO of the Coders Guild. We're a training firm with a social mission. Mission is to improve diversity, inclusion, and equity of opportunity in tech, and also to promote knowledge share. So this is the way we learn as techie people is about sharing knowledge. There's a lot of collaboration and learning from our peers and our colleagues. And this is something that works really well in tech world, and it's something that now we're bringing as an ethos to a wider audience, so more people can benefit from it.
Fantastic, and I'll put some kind of links in the comments as well for people to have a look at a bit more about what you do and who you are and the things we talk about. But I know today we're going to be kind of covering a couple of different areas really, which is the digital project management, as we said, and the leadership skills. So I think before we kind of go into maybe what you guys are doing and how you do it and all that kind of stuff, it'd be interesting if you kind of got any helpful hints and tips and things that people can take away that help them. Everybody, I guess. So is there anything particular that you want to cover on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think so as a place to start, I think it would be good to talk about the way that we create training. It's all really, really practical stuff. It's stuff that we know has worked, and so we're trying to replicate those things where we've done that in a tech world of like how to teach people how to be coders, how to be testers, teach them about UX, the things that are super important to us, like how really effective teams work. That's what we're trying to do with these courses. So if I was thinking, say, about project management for a start, some tips around project management, I guess, is for a first one would be to make sure you're really certain about the purpose of your project. What are the goals? What is it that you're actually trying to achieve? And not just in your head, but write that down and make sure you're talking about it as a team, so everyone is super clear about what it is that you're actually trying to achieve. Another tip for project management, I think, would be where a project is always a big thing. You need to break it down into bits, and this could be different dependent on what the project is. It might be a small project that just needs breaking down into 1 or 2 bits, but there might be milestones or specific goals along the way, or you might be breaking down by budget or specific scope. But the more you break a project down into definable parts, the easier it is to resource and manage. My last tip is going to be about communication, how important communication is in projects, about how often you need to talk about what you're doing, much more often than you would think. So things that facilitate communication between teams. One in particular is, which is always neglected, is the retrospective. So when you finish the project, you need to talk about how that project went, what went well, what didn't. If you were going to do that again, what would you do differently? Because then you're gaining knowledge as a team, as an organization, and you're taking that stuff forward. On the leadership side, again, like thinking about like effective teams and how effective leadership works in the teams that I've run and the people that train with us, the things that we've got from techie world. The important things again are around communication, right? It's knowing your team. How do they want to be managed? What do they need? What are they lacking? How can you help them? Another thing is to be a good listener. It's always important to be listening to what people are saying to you, and that as a leader is really empowering, because then you get to lead by lead by assisting people, by helping people, by making them better, which is a very, very positive way of leading a team. And the other thing, last one for leadership, is about knowing when to ask for help, which I think as a leader is a really, really important thing. Like, when is this not my responsibility? When is this outside of what, not just my comfort zone, but what I'm actually good at, and how can someone help me in the team or outside the organization?
Yeah, and I think that's an important kind of hint and tip for any of us, that, isn't it, in any walk of life, really, is if you need help, kind of look and find support there. So no, thank you for that, Crispin. Now, it'd be interesting to know, and I know you've got these various programs and that we can talk about. Do you want to kind of just give us a brief overview of what they're about and how they can help people?
Sure. Yeah. So like I was saying earlier, these are in our background. Our main business is training people with very technical things in software dev and testing and that. But one thing that we've always been trying to do is extract the other things, like the core skills or the soft skills, as we used to call them. So the thing for these two particular courses are really, we're just starting them now. This is like a pilot version that we're running. They're really important to me through the experience of running a small business, project management, being aware of that, and leadership. These are the things that always get left. That are always, once I've done this thing that's on fire, once this fire's out, once I've achieved this, once I've closed that deal, I'll move on to being a better leader or managing the projects better. Oh, that project didn't go well, the next one will be okay. But without just taking the time to step back and take ourselves through this. So that's what these courses are about, are really practical and proactive, actionable things. They're short courses that they run for 12 weeks, but they're not, this isn't like 40 hours a week or anything. They're just a few hours a week, 1 or 2 sessions of 2 hours remotely, where our trainers who all of our trainers, they do this for a job, as in they don't train for a job. They do, they're project managers, or they're leaders, or they're developers, or they're testers. So someone like that will take you through a series of exercises, and with every session on both of the courses, we're trying to give people actionable, useful, practical homework to take back to their teams and work through problems or issues. And by the end of that 12 weeks, we're looking to have some sort of delivered some actionable stuff for getting really effective teams.
That makes sense. And who are these? I guess who are these courses mainly aimed at? And I suppose it's probably quite a long list, but if you want to kind of give us a summary, if nothing else.
Yeah, I guess. Well, the project management one, I think we're specifically looking for people in a creative industry. I think there's a lot of things there where project managers often are accidentally promoted into a position where they're managing projects without actually having been trained in how to manage projects. So not wanting to limit it to just creative industries, but this is kind of the outreach here is kind of aimed at that sort of. I think anyone in a small business who's running projects using or not using digital tools would benefit from the stuff we're teaching. There's similar with the leadership one, that is it's geared towards leading digital teams, as in using digital products to help you, to help and facilitate the leadership of your team. But I mean, who isn't running a digital team these days? I think the amount of products that are out there that maybe you're not using that could help you. So I think the digital team, we're digital right now, aren't we, on the video? So I think it's a really, really wide scope.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen a couple of comments, people asking where I am because of the background. I'm in Clockwise in Liverpool, by the way, because of the red brick and everything, the little pipes, everything like that, just so to answer that question. But moving on, Crispin, in terms of if people want to get involved in this and obviously find out more information as well, where are the best places to go? Now, like I said, I put a couple of links in there, but how do people get involved?
Oh, sure. So the links that that I think you're sharing, Mike, they go directly to the course directory on the site for both of those courses. So if you go, or if you're maybe listening to this, if you just go to the codersguild.org.uk, be signposted from there to our course directory, where there's a load of information about that and like an expression of interest form.
Perfect. And I assume you're happy for people to contact you if they want to ask a question or contact the team about that. That's okay, is it?
Yeah, of course. Oh, one thing I should mention: this is government-funded courses. So if you're applying for yourself, there's no fee. If you're applying as a business for your team, but the government are paying. I can't remember if it's 90 or 95%, but it's largely government-funded. There's no real cost to business.
Fantastic. So it's either free or almost free, I guess, in terms of that, which is great. So I think that's great. I think that's a great introduction to it, to Crispin. So thank you for your time, and I think there's so much benefit that people could get from it in all walks of life and all types of businesses. So I think at least looking into it, would be beneficial for many. So yeah, thank you, and thank you for kind of coming on and to talk about it.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome, Crispin. Thank you.
Cheers.